Okay, so welcome to this video on isometric projection using the axonometric axis method. So we're focusing on 2017 Section B question 3. So the isometric projection of an exercise treadmill are shown, okay, and the axonometric axes are required. So these here. The elevation, plan and 3D graphic of the treadmill are also shown. So draw the axonometric axis x, y and z, draw the given elevation inclined at 15 degrees as shown, draw the given planet inclined at 45 degrees as shown, and part 4, draw the completed axonometric projection of the treadmill. So we'll deal first and foremost with the axis. Okay, so our y-axis, I just go on vertically up our page. Our x-axis is going at 30 degrees and our z-axis is going at 30 degrees the opposite way. Now, okay, I'm going to set up what you call it, the views. I'm going to measure down 25 for the bottom of my equilateral triangle, line across here until it hits the axis, 60 degrees here, and 60 degrees once the baseline hits the axis. So 60 degrees there. Now, what I'm showing you how to do is set up the elevation in its required position. So I'm taking 30 degree lines from the corners of my equilateral triangle, and I'm going to extend on my axis as well. Now, those lines can go on for any length, and I can measure whatever distance I want out from here. To make it easy on myself, I'm going to measure 140, and I'm going to draw a line that's perpendicular to here, so it's parallel to that set square, so it's 60 degree line. Okay, now I'm going to take my compass and draw in an angle at 30 degrees. So now, and you draw in a semicircle there, and if you notice, if I drew that in, wouldn't be meeting there at the end, and it should be. Alright, so what am I going to do to overcome it? Well, I can check A to just relocate or check my lines here to see if they're out a small bit. If they're not, alright, what I'll encourage you to do is bisect the angle. But really and truly, the x-axis where it pierces them should be the bisector of the angle, but just slightly off. So here I have it there. Now I'll draw in my semicircle. Now, where my semicircle pierces the axis here, I'm going to join that to the corner, and this over here. So I'll move my visualizer there for you. Okay, so my elevation is going to go in here. Now, the length of this object is 50 plus 76, which is 126 and 50 there. Okay, we can see a 12 and an 8 and a 16. So I'm going to go 12 and 8 is 20. I'm going to go 16 from the right. Okay, so these are dimensions along the bottom. Now, you need to bring them upwards. So I'm going to bring them right up there using my sliding set squares. Okay, now we've our dimensions here to mark along. So 30, 35 and 25. There's dimensions to mark, and now we have to bring them parallel to the base. So I've brought them parallel to the base. Now I'm going to start heavying them in. Okay, now a difficult thing to do will be to find the curve. Alright, so find the curve here, but it says it's radius 100. So I'm going to measure over radius 100 from here. I'm going to take my compass. There. And oh, sorry, I've moved my compass there. There we go. That's the arc there. I'll get rid of that. One. So there's the arc drawn in. Okay, and now we can measure. We can heavy over this 16 and start to, we'll do the 16 and then the sloped line there. So I've heavied over 16 and then it's an angle at 30 degrees to this here. So I'm going to use my sliding set squares. Is there 50? So it's heavy here. In detail there. This is heavy. Okay, now we need to figure out where this curve is. The diameter is 30, so this center point is in 15. So I'm going to measure in 15. So there it is there, then center point. There. And now we'll get going drawing in the curve. So there's the semicircle drawn in. I can heavy in this line here. From here, and I'm just going to darken that with my hand to make it easier to see for you guys. Okay, so that's my elevation. Okay, completed. Now I'll teach you how to draw in the plans. I'm going to move the visualizer. And show you how to draw in the plan view. So I'm going to project the two corners down, the triangle. I'm going to go down roughly about 8 centimeters from that line. Okay, no, I don't think that's enough. Right, I'll go down 6. So going from there to there is 6 centimeters. So I'm going to draw a line here. Okay, I'm going to bisect that line. Now, I'm going to get my bisector here and draw in a semicircle. So this is going to be the orientation of the plan view. So it's length 126 again. There's a 50 on it, and then there's a 16 here, and then we're going from the 50 going 12 to the left and 30, and then we want to figure out now, okay, the distance between there, so there and there, and that's represented, that distance I spoke about, so distance from there to there is represented by this distance in elevation. So we go up to our elevation and we take this distance here with our compass. Okay, lift your compass. So back in plan view, we go over to our 50 mark and work 20 inwards, and then mark it right there. That's it there. Okay, now we can draw lines in for our plan view, and the width of the plan view is 64 and 50 respectively. So I'm going to measure 64 here. I'm going to find the center of it, and then I have to measure 50 either side of that, because look, 64 and then 50, so I'll measure 25 either side of it rather, sorry. So I can bring my light lines down here. Now, heavy line there. Heavy line here. Heavy line here, and then we've got a little space out here to do the 40, so 40 divided by 2 is 20. Now, excellent. I love those students. So back here, I'm going to draw in these lines. Okay, this one is heavy. The underside line here, okay, is hidden. And then we have another hidden detail line. And then we have a heavy line going to the 12. go. And then there's a hidden line here. Right, so that's our plan and elevation completed. Alright, now we need to, okay, draw it in 3D. So I'm just going to rise this camera here. Now I'm going to pause and fix the camera. Okay, so I've adjusted the camera and I'm going to start drawing the 3D model in. So I'm going to solely dealing with this front surface here. I'm going to solely deal with that. So I have to establish my points here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, points in plan represent the whole face. Okay, so I'm going to bring the 3 points I want up from plan. So I want those 3 points brought up. Now I'm going to bring these 3 points down. So now I have 3 points brought down. So look, when these match together, there we go, these and these. So I'm going to heavy them, and now I've 2 lines drawn there. Now I want to get a bit more complicated to get that bottom point there, the bottom one. So I'm going to bring this one right down and heavy up here. Now I'm going to bring this point down here, and its hidden detail position in plan, okay, is this one here. It's that one. So I'm going to bring that one in plan straight up, and then we can connect them together. So there we go. Now I'm going to try and get this line in 3D. So that's it there in elevation. So I'm going to bring this straight down, and then it's already brought up there from plan, so I can literally heavy in from there to there. Okay, and if I want to get this part here, this very small bit, so that one in 3D, bring the point down, bring its position up from plan, which is here, until they intersect, and there you have them. Okay, now I'm going to bring this point down. Okay, that one is brought up already. So now I have everything on that face but the curve. So I'm going to teach you how to do the curve right now. Okay, we're going to establish a series of points on a curved surface. So I'm going to mark, we're going to mark, because we have an elevation and plan, we're going to mark along here at the bottom, alright, every 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright, so I've marked those points there. We're going to bring the points upwards until they hit the curve. Okay. So I'm going to bring them up until they hit the curve, like I am there. Now, if we've done that, or if marked along 5 here in elevation, in plan view, we're marking along 5 here. So I'm going to mark 5, 10, 20, or 15 rather, 20, 25. Now I need to bring them up respectively. So the first one we bring up from plan, the first dot. The second one here, or the first one here from elevation, we bring down. So we bring that down. And that's the point on the curved surface. Now the second one we're going to bring up, and we're going to bring the second one down. So there's our second point. Now the same with the third one. We're going to bring the third one up and the third one right down. Now we'll do the same fourth one. So the fourth one is here. And that's it there. And the fifth one should be bang on there, the hidden detail line, which will be there. Okay, so we're going to freehand sketch them in. So that's the one curve there. Now I'm going to do the top surface here. Okay, so there are my two lines brought down. So I'm going to bring just these two up until they intersect each other. I'm going to connect them together. Right now, this one here, I'm going to bring a point up and heavy between their relevant lines. We go and join them to their relevant places. So they should join here. Now I'll deal with the cutout. So bring that point down. It's where they meet. Okay, and then the point here they meet at. So I'm going to join them together. Likewise over here, let's come up, put it up there. And then we can join these together. And we can't forget now to do our inside bit. Right, now we're going to deal with this body here after we are getting that fairly well done. So I'll bring this point down here. Okay, it's going to start from in here, so this inside point right there, so right there brought up, that one brought down, there. I'll double check it. So there we go. Right, so that's going to stay heavy until it hits the start of the curve here. That's not right there. Oh yeah, never mind. So there we go. Heavy to there. Down there. And then over this way, marking 15 down here to establish the end. Now I can bring this back to here, and I can bring this line down now as a heavy line. So now if I want to do the curve, okay, we're approach the same idea. We can divide this into, we'll say we'll divide it into our 60-30. Right, I'll do a quicker way. So marked in that curve, need to get them on the base. Okay, now we need to get it over here down at the bottom. So from there to there is 15. I'm going to draw a light line here. Okay, now get your compass. Zoom in here. Set your compass here to this distance. Lift your compass. Put it down here in plan. For the first one, then for the second one. Now bring these points straight up from plan. Okay, now we have to bring these points straight down. Right, so you have to be clever. So the first one here up from plan, okay, is going to represent these points here. Look, them ones. That one and that one. That one and that one rather. That one and that one. Now the second two, straight up. These two brought straight down. And then the third one brought up. This one brought down here. Intersect. And here's our curve. Okay, that will sketch in properly in a moment. I'll just lightly outline it now. Now to get the curve on the other side, set your compass from here to there and mark like that. It's quite an effective, pacey way of doing it. Now I'm going to untape the sheet, pause the video, sketch in the curve, again heavy everything in. So sketching the curve in, keep your hand inside the curve. Okay, now that point to me should be more over there. So keep the sketch nice and neat. Use the points as reference. If you feel like a point is in the wrong position, just ignore. Keep the curve right. So for example, that sort of looks right to me. Heavy in that. And there's the question complete. Cheers, thank you, bye bye.